network that has given a voice to millions who were silenced, so that conservatives everywhere would know they are not alone. And we are not alone, right? CPAC understood before many others that the political and cultural battle for conservative values is not just an American battle. It is a Western battle. Because, my friends, I still believe in the West, not just as a geographical space, but as a civilization born from the fusion of Greek philosophy, Roman law, and Christian values. A civilization built and defended over centuries through the genius, energy, and sacrifices of many. When we say West, we define a way of understanding the world where the individual is central, life is sacred, all men are born equal and free, the law applies equally to all, sovereignty belongs to people, and freedom comes before everything else. This is our heritage, and we will never apologize for it. My question for you is, can this civilization still defend the principles and values that define it before everything else? Can it still be proud of itself and aware of its role? And we will never apologize for it. So we must say loudly and clearly, can this civilization to those attacking the West from the outside and those sabotaging it from within with virus of cancel culture and woke ideology, we must say to them that we will never be ashamed of who we are. We affirm our identity. We affirm our identity and work to strengthen it, because without a deep-rooted identity, we cannot be great again. The radical left wants to erase our history, undermine our identity, divide us by nationality, by gender, by ideology, but we will not be divided, because we are strong only when we are together. And if the West cannot exist without America, or rather the Americas, thinking of the many patriots fighting for freedom in Central and South America, then it also cannot exist without Europe. Our adversaries hope that President Trump will move away from us. But knowing him as a strong and effective leader, I bet that those who hope for divisions will be proven wrong. I know some of you may see Europe as a distant or even lost. I tell you, it is not. Yes, mistakes have been made, priorities have been misplaced, especially due to ruling classes and mainstream media that imported and replicated in the whole continent the most reckless theories of American liberal leftism. These are the same elites who were recently outraged by J.D. Vance's speech in Munich, in which the Vice President rightly stated that before discussing security, we must know what we are defending. He wasn't talking about tariffs or trade balances on which we will each defend our interests while preserving our friendship. We don't need to say how interconnected our economies are and how the unpredictable results of a trade clash would play into the hands of other great powers. Vice President Vance was discussing something deeper: identity, democracy, freedom of speech. In short, Europe's historic role and mission. Many pretended to be outraged, calling for European pride against an American daring to lecture us. But let me tell you, as someone who is proud to be European, first, If those who were outraged had shown the same pride when Europe lost its strategic autonomy, tying its economy to autocratic regimes, or when European borders and our way of life were threatened by mass illegal migration, now we would live in a stronger Europe. Second, these ideas are not new for many of us. Brave European leaders have been saying this for a long time. I've said them many times before, even from the CPAC stage, urging Europe to rediscover its true and deepest soul, which has been sacrificed on the altar of wokeness, bureaucracy, and mercantilism. These are common sense ideas, now shared by a majority of European citizens, as election results have shown. So Europe is far from lost, and it will never be lost as long as conservatives remain in the fight. There is a growing awareness. There is a growing awareness in Europe that security is now the top priority. You cannot defend your freedom if you lack the means or the courage to do so. Throughout history, European